Moment of silence for the champions. For those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me never. I'm so Cassius Clay, I'm Tyson in his prime.
You know me, man. I'm Barry Bonds with Minds. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pressure Podcast. This is Saturday night edition. Players under pressure. Let's
Give me a hell yeah!
coming to you on a day where history was made 2 times in the QFL. For those who don't know, the QFL is what I call the NFL. On a day where my New York Knicks are on top of the world in the NBA, where the Oklahoma City Thunder are bleeding in the NBA, where the day of reckoning is coming in fantasy football. Tomorrow's the day we find out who gets to go to the Super Bowl and play for the money. Today's that day. Today's the day we better do our homework. Better make sure you pick right. I sat down Terry McLaurin because he was going against your Philadelphia Eagles defense, not even foreseeing that Mariota was not going to play the rest of the game, which boded perfectly. So Swift had 1 more point. That's it.
I didn't play Watson.
Denali, we talked basketball for more than half an hour on Saturday. On Thursday. You weren't even around.
And we did that top 10 that you wanted us to do.
Yeah.
And you
weren't even around.
I hope you watched it though. Like, view it, check it out. It was a good one.
Yeah, but we'll talk basketball when the football season is over, because we're going to the playoffs and the football season is what matters right now. Basketball's too early. What's there to talk about? We already did it on Thursday.
Let's
we
talk
gave
about
you the power rankings. We gave you the top 10.
Let's talk about how your Lakers are losing to the Clippers right now. Let's talk about that.
We gave you the NBA tiers. We gave you some of the game notes for the NBA. You weren't around, broski. We had a NBA Thursday's NBA day. I already told you that.
Score is right now.
But today's Players Under Pressure Saturday.
You're down 13.
Without further ado, we are coming to you live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King. Rated M for Millennials. Top 10 Thursdays when we usually talk basketball, but today's Savage Saturday. It's Players Under Pressure. Today we will recap the Saturday night football games. We're going to make our predictions for the Week 16 slate and our expectations for Sunday. And obviously we're going to put the players under pressure.
Fatality.
Starting with the Saturday night games, you have your Philadelphia Eagles, who made history, NFC East history. They are the first team in the NFC East to repeat as divisional champions in 21 years. That's crazy. Congratulations. You're now moved to 10-5, while your opponents were now 4-11, so they're going to get a nice draft pick over there. Jalen Hurts was on fire. 111.1 passer rating, 22-30 for 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he should have had one, but they called it a false start or something like that.
We clinched the playoffs, and we can decide now if we want to rest or if we just want to go ahead and win those 2 games. It's gonna be. It's a relief. It's a relief. Let's put it like that.
A relief. I've had him on top of my power rankings all season long.
Yeah, me too. But still a relief to see that you get
This
in. You want to get in. You remember.
But you actually you weren't gonna get in.
Injuries,
like there was a chance that we're not gonna get
injuries matter, bro. Injuries matter. If you get somebody injured or something like that, it could change.
If and ifs here. There's too many ifs. No, what happened is your offensive coordinator sucks, which is why you guys struggled a little bit. But you're still that good. You're still that good. Your offensive coordinator sucks, and you still beat very good teams. So, no, this is no surprise. The only surprise is that you won the division again. Then, Washington's quarterback got hurt in Mariota, and Josh Johnson had to save the day. He's like his 9th year. He's a veteran, drafted in 2008. He's just been around, and he really couldn't do much. Washington tried with Deebo Samuel and company, but they just couldn't hang with Philadelphia, especially not with their quarterbacks. What did you learn here?
Absolutely nothing. The Washington is in, wait and see mode for next year, and the Eagles are who they are. I don't think anything is. I don't think it's more positive. I don't think it's more negative. I just think they took care of business.
How do you feel the fact that you guys only had 7 points in the first half?
That's why I don't feel like it was a negative or a positive. I feel like it's still inconsistent, but they still hung 29, so I can't be mad about it. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about what like you said, the 7 points in the first quarter. The first half, but it is what it is. It should have been 13. Honestly, our kicker missed 2, but still 13 points. It still would have been. I still would have been pissed because it's about the offense, kind of trying to get in a rhythm. I want them to get into a rhythm because I know the defense is there. I haven't seen it offensively
And why is it
consistently.
Important? And why is it important?
What's not important?
Why is it important to fix that ASAP?
Man, you're going to the playoffs. You're going against elite teams.
That's not just going to score 18 fucking
not gonna
points,
score
correct?
no fucking
So
18
let's
points.
get it. What the hell's going on over there? All right, then we have the game that just ended where the Chicago Bears made NFC North history. This is the first time the Chicago Bears has ever beaten the Green Bay Packers for the NFC North crown in over 70 years. And this is the first time the Chicago Bears has come back from a 10-point deficit against Green Bay in about 80 years. So, actually 85 years. It was exactly 1960 the last time they did it. So, that's crazy. Chicago, I thought, took advantage of what was given to him. Green Bay's Packers quarterback, Bronny Love, got knocked out, but he wasn't even playing like Jordan. He was playing like Bronny Love anyway, so we don't
The
know.
quarterback played better than him.
Josh Jacobs had a groin injury, was questionable to the very, very last minute of the game, ended up aggravating it. He was out the game. Not to mention they lost a tight end. So, yeah, Chicago didn't have their wide receivers, Edunze and the other one, Barton, whatever his name is. But at least they were prepared for that. Green Bay wasn't prepared to play without Jordan Love and all these guys. So I learned that Chicago just, is the Jacksonville of the NFC.
Agree.
They're just lucky.
I agree.
They're lucky,
super
lucky.
Because that shit would never happen for us.
Yeah. That is just lucky. Okay. Now Caleb had to do what he had to do, and he had a lucky ass throw on 4th down, I believe, at the end of the game. Okay. Cool.
And he took advantage of his opportunities, just
Yes.
like we said with what was it, Darnold?
Yeah.
Same thing.
But
It's
in my
basically
point
the
of
same
view,
thing,
if Jordan Love had finished this game, Green Bay wins this game. As I mentioned, they were up 10 points on the Chicago Bears with 4 minutes left. Jordan Love would have did more than Malik Willis.
I feel like if Josh Jacobs was there, Green Bay would have won.
And they would have won. Correct. That's a lot of ifs there. They didn't win.
They did.
Chicago now owns the NFC North. It is theirs to lose. Congratulations to Chicago and first-year coach Ben Johnson came fresh out of Detroit. I think that I learned that Chicago is confident. They're confident. They think they're better than what they actually are, but just that alone can make them dangerous.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good to have.
So let's see the Chicago Green Bay numbers over here. I got to see what the quarterbacks look like because Malik Willis was kind of going ham.
I thought Malik Willis did a great job.
142.8 passer rating. He had 9 of 11 for 121 and a touchdown. All right, that's not bad at all. Meanwhile, Bronny Love was 8-13 for 77 yards, nothing, and 78-point passer rating. Caleb had a 98.9. He was 19 of 34, 250, 2 touchdowns. He missed on a lot of throws. DeAndre Swift didn't do any better. It was just a team effort, and they got lucky because of all the injuries. They're just lucky. They're just absolutely lucky.
Over, you are completely correct there with what you just assessed there. Also, Willis, really impressive coming in mid-game. His dual threat qualities really
caused issues for the Bears defense. Absolutely. He outplayed Bronny Love. That's why I call him Bronny Love. I don't call him Jordan Love. Don't call him Jordan. He's Bronny Love. You know who Bronny James is for LeBron James' son? That's Bronny Love. Because I think Malik Willis actually outplayed Jordan Love until he got concussed. But once again, I just think that Jordan Love is a better closer than Malik Willis. And I thought that without their running game that they had, They obviously couldn't run the clock down more than they could.
We also got to remember that the game plan coming in for the Chicago Bears was to game plan for Jordan Love, not Malik Willis.
Now,
so
Green Bay made
I
a
also
foolish
think that
mistake in the
would
very
be-
first drive. They had it on 4th and down and goal, fourth and goal, and they decided to go for it on 4th down and didn't get it instead of going for the 3 points. Now you see it would have mattered because these guys needed to get an onside kick to be able to recover that, and
This is true.
and the onside kick wasn't because of a lucky bounce. It was because somebody in Green Bay was very, very foolish and was reactive instead of proactive, and ended up costing the game and probably the division for the Green Bay Packers. So it doesn't look like they're going to host a playoff game at Lambeau this season. There's still 2 weeks left. We'll see. There's still a lot of football left to be played, but for now, we learned that Chicago's a little overconfident. They did what they had to do, like I said, but I think they're just lucky. I think that was just lucky. Malik Willis actually deserved to win that game. Kudos to the Chicago Bears for taking advantage of all the injuries and the fact that Green Bay couldn't run the clock out. Let's get to the Week 16 slate of games here. Start with the 1 o'clock games. You got the Cincinnati Bengals on the road to Miami. Cincinnati, believe it or not, is favored by 4.5.
What the fuck?
Obviously, we know why, because in the QFL, Joe Burrow is way better than Tua. And obviously, the head coach combo is better in Cincinnati than it is in Miami. I know that both of these teams don't matter. They're just playing for fantasy points right now. Everybody who has Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase left in the playoff, I lost because he only gave me 5 points, even though he had 40 minutes of time of possession.
Fatality.
playoffs right now,
But that goes that. But I think this should be a shootout. I think there shouldn't be any defense played in this game. I don't know if Tua's going to show up in the. Actually, no, Tua's not even going to play. Tua's not playing. He got benched.
it's Quinn Ewers. I
It's
forgot.
Quinn Ewers who's going to be playing, making his debut as a rookie. Let's see what he's got because he's going against Joe Cool. And I don't know what Joe Cool's playing for. If I was Joe Burrow, I'll just sit down for the rest of the season. There's no need to play and risk getting hurt with that weak-ass offensive line. But I expect a shootout, or at least one-sided shootout because Tua's not playing. I expect Cincinnati to score a lot. I would say bet the over on this game. What do you expect?
I got Cincinnati winning this game. I don't think Quinn Ewers is going to come in and do anything that we've seen Tua do. I think the best Tua that we've seen, we won't see that from Quinn Ewers, so don't expect that from Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, but what if Quinn Ewers outplays Tua? That'd be fucking funny.
He probably will. He probably is able to, but I just don't expect it. His first game in, you know what I'm saying?
But it can be because if there's a defense that doesn't exist that's just flat out air, it is the Cincinnati Bengals defense. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see a surprise shootout here. I'm just saying. But just so everybody, just a reminder, I am 118 and 59 against the spread outside of Week 1 this season. Okay,
Are you going with that spread?
I'm going with the spread. I'm taking Cincinnati
4.5.
4.5 favorites. Then we got the Buffalo Bills on the road to Cleveland, where I have the game titled Shador's Final 3. Not that he's his final 3 in his career. This is his final 3 games to show the Cleveland Browns why he should be the number 1 quarterback next season, or at least a chance to prove himself. Because more than likely they're going to draft another quarterback. Let's just, you know what I'm saying, call it what it is. But it is Josh Allen, the reigning MVP on the road. There's no way Shador's going to win this game. But let's see. You have
Just
Buffalo,
show up.
10.5 favorites.
That's too much.
I agree. The Buffalo Bills defense gives me reason to worry. And you never know when Shador's is on. He looks pretty good. So I'm going to say Buffalo's definitely going to win. But I wouldn't take the 10.5 point spread. I'll just take the money line. I'll just use this for a parlay. This is an easy parlay. Buffalo's going to win.
Bills win. That's it.
That's it.
Because I'm not gonna lie, Cleveland's defense has looked suspect the last 2 games, giving up a lot in the run game area. So it's something you can exploit. But at the same time, if they do show up to stop the run, that secondary's hell to deal with. Cleveland's secondary, in my opinion.
The thing is that they're going to be able to bother James Cook, but can Buffalo bother Judkins and the company? Because they're going to be able to run the fucking football on Buffalo's throat. So I expect a closer game than Vegas says, but we'll see. But like I said, I'll just take the safe bet, put it as a prop bet for a parlay. Okay, just put the Buffalo money line there. Then you got the San Diego Chargers on the road to Dallas at Jerry World, where the Dallas Cowboys just got eliminated thanks to your victory. They have no chance of winning the NFC East, so fuck them. Hollywood has something to play for: pride, momentum, and seeding. Okay, they can still somehow catch up to the Denver Broncos, but they're gonna need help. They need to win this game. But we're gonna talk about Justin Herpes in a few when we put him under pressure. But what do you expect here, and what do you need to see here for San Diego to have confidence? Because it looks like a one and done team. It looks like whatever first round they wild card round they play, they're gonna lose that game.
I would need to see them be able to run the ball effectively, which
Okay.
is possible against Dallas. But at the same time, they can also have a dud, which they have had plenty of times this year. If they can run the ball effectively, I think they'll be able to compete in the playoffs. I wouldn't say win, but just
Well, I want to see
just enough.
I want to see Justin and company.
I just don't trust him, man.
But this is one of those defenses where you should be able to stay on the field as much as possible and have your will with them. I'm not saying you're going to run up the score, but you should be able to control time of possession at will, because there's no reason that defense is going to knock you out in three and outs, or incompletions and interceptions.
Honestly, them being out of the playoffs already, I just don't see them
Playing
like
up to-
once the score gets to a certain point, they're probably just gonna fold. That's what I feel like.
I don't know. That's pretty dangerous, because that's how you can get your job taken as a coach. Not to mention all the fans that pay a lot of good money for the last two games. You got to play.
I mean, they're gonna play, but you know what I mean. Like eventually, once the score gets to like 21, you know what I'm saying? Like they're up 21 plus.
Yeah.
I think they'll just be like, you know what? Let's just.
But I call this game LA's final warning, okay? Because let me tell you something. It's not me just hating on them. I'm not hating. I'm just calling it what I see. This is a 10-4 team that's very flawed, okay? With a flawed quarterback
Absolutely.
at the helm. Not just me. You're talking about one of the worst defenses in the league at home with Dak Prescott, and they're favored by 1.5. Why is that? Why is that? Because nobody trusts the San Diego Chargers. Nobody, okay? Especially not her. They are going to fucking trust that Dak Prescott's going to outplay Justin Herbert, which is why they have the point favorite at Dallas. It's not just because they're home. Because obviously, if the 10-4 Los Angeles Chargers were really that, there's no way they wouldn't be underdogs. They'd be underdogs.
Let's put it like this.
To an eliminated team.
If you remember if you watch the game, like the Chargers versus the Eagles, Jalen Hurts played the worst game of his career. He had 4 interceptions, and he still had a chance to go win that game. So that right there tells me everything I need to know about the Chargers.
So the Chargers, this is your final warning before you are listed as a bona fide pretender, okay? Then we got the Mahomes-less Kansas City Chiefs, who are also eliminated, the dynasty dying, on the road to Tennessee. The 2-12 Tennessee. Now, anybody who's anybody will look at this and say, well, Kansas City's favored by 3. The last 3 games that they were favored, they fucking lost. This is the 2-12 Tennessee. And this is, I call it Kelsey's final 3. This is probably Travis Kelsey's last 3 games of his career.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. I think so.
I would imagine that Minshew and Kelsey are going to have some kind of chemistry in there. I would imagine Travis Kelsey will have no less than 8 to 9, targets. But something tells me Cam Ward and them is going to make this game interesting. Even Vegas only puts a 3-point favorite on it. Something tells me this game is going to be close. I think I would bet the under in this game.
I think it's gonna be close.
I don't think neither team is going to score more than 17 or 18 or 19. I think this is going to easy under. Bet the under on this team. I would definitely bet Kansas City still, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cam Ward wins.
Yeah.
So I'll just bet the under in this game. That's the best, to me, the safest bet. I don't see high scoring here.
Cam Ward has won 2 games that were just like no reason he should have won them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that happen.
So yes. So on the Chargers-Dallas game, who do you predict to win?
I'm going with the Chargers. I think the Chargers will win the game just because Dallas. I don't feel like Dallas is going to be in this game knowing that their season's over.
I would agree with you. But it's just too early in the season. I've got to go with the QFL rules. The bet head coach QB combo is in Dallas to me right now. I'm going Dallas, even though I don't want to. And then Kansas City, Tennessee.
I'm going Kansas City.
I'm getting Kansas City. I got to.
I just don't think that the
Who
champ
does?
is a championship team.
Other than Tennessee
they ain't
Titan
gonna-
fans?
they ain't gonna fold.
Besides, they already got the number 1 or 2 pick locked, so what the fuck was there to win?
They ain't just gonna roll
Then
over.
we have the top 5 draft pick game because whoever loses this game is going to guarantee a top 5 draft pick. Whoever wins this game is not. The New York Trash are actually not favored, thank the good Lord, but New Orleans is favored by 6.5.
What the fuck?
Hell? So basically, they're saying that the Saints, even though they're ass, should still beat the New York Trash by a touchdown at home. I expect the Saints to foolishly clap New York. I expect this to actually cover. I expect them to clap New York, and New York is going to get embarrassed because finally they're tanking.
Shuck it up.
Yes. I expect a beat down here. I would definitely bet the New Orleans minus 6.5. What do you expect here?
I'm expecting the same thing. I don't think the Jets even want to even play the rest of this season. They look like it. They gave up all their players 2 weeks ago. They're basically just they're tanking and they're still trying to win. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm expecting them to come out here, try to do something, and then just fall flat on their face while New Orleans shows that they actually might have a chance of having a good quarterback next season.
We'll see about that one. Because you know what? I'm about to change my pick. I think Cam Ward is going to put the Kansas City Chiefs out of their fucking misery. I'm going to change my pick. I'm going with Tennessee. All right? Not just because I actually believe in Cam Ward, because I don't. It's because I hate the Kansas City Chiefs, and I like to see them wear it down, and I like to fucking spit on them and rub it in if I can. Big paws. But when it comes to the New Orleans Saints, you know I cannot stand the New York Trash. You think I know this is the worst organization all of sports, okay? They don't function as a real organization because they're not real. The only reason the New York Trash exists is because somebody actually has to be there. That's the only reason why. They're just there to be there. Then you got the Minnesota Vikings on the road to New York, okay? The Giants, who know how to lose right, who knows how to pick quarterbacks, who know actually how to win Super Bowls. The fact of the matter is, J.J. McCarthy is on a roll right now. Minnesota's defensively on a roll right now. This is, I told you, was a team that was going to hover around 500 until they got their franchise quarterback because this is a solid roster. New York is not a solid roster. They are ass on defense and they're pretty good on offense, but that's all they got. I expect a shootout, though. I don't think defense is going to reign here. I would bet the over in here, and then Minnesota is favored by 2.5. I would take that spread. I would take the spread on 2.5 Minnesota. I don't think New York is going to win any
I don't
more
expect
games.
a shootout. I expect Minnesota to win this game.
Nah, Dart's going to throw some darts out there. I need Wardell Robinson to go off. Fuck
Even though Dart might throw, he's not getting it into the end zone.
Nah, don't do that. 'Cause
not.
I need Wardell Robinson
not.
to get like 20
But he's not.
fucking points at least.
I mean, I've just
Man,
been
you
watching
shut
the
your
last,
mouth over there.
last
You
two
don't know
games.
nothing.
He's
What do
just
you
not.
know?
He's not.
What do you know?
I know a lot.
What do you
Don't blame
know?
me.
I don't know shit. Wardell Robinson, I need you to go off for 30 points on
Sorry,
Minnesota.
I ain't gonna lie. I do need you because Tyron. Well, I got Tracy,
Yeah.
and I need Tracy
What's
to
up,
be able to
Darby?
get open. And in order for that to get open, I need you to be able to throw the ball effectively. But I need you to do it in the red zone. The problem is the red zone.
So let's read some chats here. Darby says, I just want to shout out the New York Knicks for winning the foreign Mickey Mouse ring that nobody gives a damn about. Hey, you ain't saying nobody here. He ain't disrespecting it because, as you notice, the Knicks didn't even raise a banner. We already knew that.
Cool, nigga.
We're not the LA Lakers like Denali's team over there. The LA Lakers have a bubble ring jersey and a Mickey Mouse ring. Banner. They got a bubble ring banner and a Mickey Mouse ring banner, and then they also got HIV up there as his retired jersey. Okay, they actually have a statue of HIV outside the arena. Matter of fact. Fuck the Lakers, and then the Milwaukee Bucks have an ugly ass banner there next to their real champion. Nah, fuck that. The Knicks would never do that. We're a class tag organization. Okay, just not on the court until the last recent years. But we're not gonna do that. Nobody's claiming the championship, nothing like that. But one thing I am claiming, the Oklahoma City Thunder are pussies. Oklahoma City Thunder are fucking soft. Because remember, the Knicks were supposed to beat the fucking Pacers, but Halliburton killed that shit. We were supposed to go into the NBA Finals against Oklahoma. We never got it. It was supposed to be the Thunder
Denali, we
versus...
got more rings than y'all. What are you talking about? We
It
got
was
18.
supposed to be the Thunder versus the Knicks for the NBA Cup, and the Thunder pussy. How the fuck they lose to the San Antonio Spurs? They were up by almost 20 points. pussies. They're soft. They didn't want to face my Knicks. They didn't want no smoke. Fuck them. Well, we just won one today, or a few days ago, so we're the only ones that can call ourselves champion anything this season, motherfucker. Get that?
Fatality.
All right, back to the football game here. We got the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, wait, who do you got, Minnesota or New York? You said Minnesota.
I got Minnesota, yeah.
Same. Atlanta at Arizona. I got this the backup QB duel because I think Kirk Cousins and Jacoby Brissett are going to go ham.
Yeah, I do. I agree.
I will bet the over very easily here because I don't think defense was going to exist.
And I don't need it. I honestly
B.
need
John
somebody
Robinson is going to go off.
I need your ass
Trey
to sit
McBride
down.
is going to go off.
I need Bijan Robinson ass to sit the fuck down.
That ain't happening. Remember what you said about Wilder Robinson? Now here's fucking poetic justice. Karma strikes. B. John Robinson is gonna have no less than 30 on your ass. That's what you get for trying to wish bad at Wilder Robinson over here. All right, remember, guys, this is the last week of fantasy football before the fantasy Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wins this week gets to the fantasy football.
I wanna
Super
cry, but
Bowl,
mama
and
ain't
I wanna
raised no
get there.
bitch. I wanna
Nah,
cry,
fuck
but
that
mama
shit.
ain't raised no bitch.
I think both of these guys are gonna go off. Like I said, this is not gonna be any defensive thing.
Yeah, this is gonna get
Bet the
ugly.
over for sure.
This is gonna get ugly.
But I have to go with Atlanta here. They're favored by 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Atlanta too. I think Atlanta winning the game last week against Tampa. I feel like they have momentum.
But I wouldn't bet it. I would just bet the over. That's the easy bet here. They're gonna go over, okay? And then you have the Texans bye week here, where the 2-12 Vegas Raiders or the Jokeland Raiders go to Houston, where they're on a roll. They're on a 5-game win streak. C.J. Stroud is playing unbelievable. Nico Collins is up
It's
there.
another
The boys,
bubble.
and then they have a Super Bowl ready defense. Well coached. Congratulations, Houston. You got yourself NFC South perennial contender because it looks like you own this division. The only one ahead is Jacksonville, but they've got something in store for them. Let's see in a few minutes.
This might be hit him with the seat buckle.
Yeah, but
Seat
Vegas
buckle.
has this 14.5. Houston 14.5
Yeah.
point favorites. I expect that to cover.
I would do it.
I would probably bet this game too.
That's
They're-
probably the only game that I would bet.
The reason why, even if Houston doesn't score that much, is because I know Las Vegas ain't going to score shit against this defense. Geno Smith, if that's who's
It's
playing,
not
or
even
whatever,
Gino. I think it's this dude again.
Nah, fuck that shit. He's throwing interceptions. Anytime I INT that motherfucker, get his ass out of there.
We forgot his name.
Yeah, fuck him. We don't need to know his name. All right, let's get to the games that matter.
Pick it.
Let's get to the games that matter. Let's go with the 1 o'clock game here. The
They're gonna-
7-7. Oh wait.
They're gonna pick it.
The 7-7 Bucks are on the road to the 7-7 Panthers. This is for the crown of the NFC South, okay? Neither one of these teams look like a threat anyway, so it doesn't matter. They're just playing for bragging rights because whoever wins this game, they're probably going to lose the first game they play in the season at home. You got the 16th ranked offense and the 24th ranked defense on the road to the 28th ranked offense and the 14th ranked defense. So it's kind of opposites, but they literally match. These guys are even. They're an even combo. It's an even matchup. They're both 7-7. However, Baker Mayfield is 4-0 versus Carolina since joining Tampa Bay. All right. So, what do you expect here?
I expect Baker Mayfield to get it done. I expect them to be able to run the ball effectively. I expect them to be able to pass the ball effectively. I think Baker's gonna get in a good rhythm. He did last week. It's just that he needed more rapport with the wide receivers that just came back. So I feel like this game it'll be a lot different than what we saw last week.
I was thinking, you guys.
And I also don't think they have the same pass rush.
And you in the chat, let me know which rookie receiver would you rather have in this game, McMillan or Egbuka?
That's a good one. I'll take McMillan.
I have McMillan. I have no choice.
I'm a big fan of McMillan because of his height too. He's 6'4".
I need this to be a shootout.
It's gonna be I think it might be a shootout.
I need this to be a shootout.
But that's only if this nigga decides to show up. Because if he doesn't show up, like the thing with Baker is yes, he does have bad games, but he's consistent when it comes to getting the ball down the field. This nigga, there be halves where he only got 50 yards. That don't ever happen with Baker. I think that's happened like one time with Baker, and that was when he didn't have his wide receivers. He has his wide receivers now. Not to mention he got McMillan back, who's healthy as well.
I don't think it's going to be a shootout, though. I expect this to be the ugliest big game the QFL has ever seen. This is a big game. This is a playoff implication. It's going to be playoff atmosphere in Carolina. But it's 2 7-7 teams that nobody's scared of. And I expect them to play pretty ugly. I expect Baker Mayfield to have some struggles, and I expect Bryce to struggle. But I've got to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're the ones that are the reigning champions 5 years in a row. Baker's the better quarterback.
4-0 against them.
And 4-0 against them. Stats says itself. I've got to go with that. So, Tampa, don't let me down.
Number 16 offense without two of your top wide receivers.
Yeah. The other Florida team in the playoffs, we got the
pretty
Jacksonville Jaguars on the road to Denver, the Mile High City, where the 12-2 Denver Broncos are in an 11-game win streak, and Jacksonville comes in on a 5-game win streak. That's something's going to be good. Now, I always said the Jacksonville Jaguars are the luckiest team in the QFL. They are the 8th ranked offense and the 10th ranked defense. Meanwhile, the 12th ranked offense and the 3rd ranked defense. So it's almost even match. But obviously, one's defense is more elite than the other. However, one's defense leads the league in interceptions, the other one doesn't. I expect a defensive duel. I would bet the under very, very, very quickly here. I expect a defensive duel. I expect interceptions. I expect some stalls. I expect a few 3-and-outs. I expect QB ratings in the 70, 80s.
I don't know.
I don't expect efficiency.
I don't know. I think Knicks has found something. I don't know.
Oh, here we go.
I do. I think Knicks has
Here
found
we go.
something. I think Knicks has found a little groove. I think Lawrence too, but I don't think he'll be able to do it against Denver, unless they're able to run the ball effectively, which I don't expect. I don't expect it from Denver either. So I think they will. I think they will struggle just because the volume of them having to throw the ball. So yeah, but I don't think there'll be that many turnovers. I think it'll be a lot of 3-and-outs.
Well, like either way, I expect the defensive duel, and I'd bet the under and a few INTs. That's what I would bet personally. But I actually expect Denver Broncos to pull the win here. I don't know if that's going to cover, but I would definitely put 2.5. I don't know about 3.5. 3.5 is a weird number. I would say either by 3 or by more than 5, one of the two, but not 4. So I would bet the 2.5.
I'm going Denver.
And I'm going Denver. I've got to go with the home team who's on an 11-game win streak until further notice. Then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road to Detroit. This is another playoff implication game and also a playoff atmosphere game. Detroit will be rocking. Motown is welcoming in the Steel Curtain, who's 13th ranked offense and 18th ranked defense versus the number 1 ranked offense at home, but the 23rd ranked defense. That is fucking bad. However, are you aware that Pittsburgh's 13-2 versus Detroit in the Super Bowl era? Motherfucker, goddamn.
I don't give a fuck. I'm still rolling with Detroit.
Hell yeah, I'm going with Detroit.
That 18 ranked defense, fuck that 18 ranked defense. That defense ain't no 18 ranked. They just ain't played they played some really bad teams offensively, but those are the times where their defense show up. But when they play a good team, oh yeah, that defense ain't nowhere to be found. So nah, I'm going with Detroit. I rather if I'm gonna go with offense and if I'm gonna pick offense or defense, I'm going with the best offense, and the best offense is Detroit. Yeah, their defense is bad, but their offense is explosive.
It's number 1 in the league, tops in the league. Not to mention the better QB head coach combo is in Detroit.
Right now, as of now, yes.
And not to mention, this is my expectation. The Sun God is going to torch Pittsburgh for us and leave us crowned NFC North champions.
Jameson Williams.
And the end of this week.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
I think that Amon-Ra Sun God St. Brown is going to torch the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's going to give me crazy fantasy points, and he's going to march the NFC or the AFC North standings and shake it loose, ready for our Week 18 matchup. I think the 7-point spread is going to cover. I don't think A-Rod can hang with this kind of offense, and not to mention
he throws 2 touchdowns.
That 13-2, 13 was before 2001. The last 2 times they played, Detroit's on a 2-game win streak. So,
yeah, Denali, you're talking about Mike Tomlin. We're talking about the head coach quarterback.
Head coach quarterback combo.
Go look at the stats.
Mike Tomlin is the better coach, but the better quarterback
is Jared Goff as of right now.
And Dan Campbell is not that bad of a coach. He's a very, very good coach. So I have Tomlin here, the Detroit coach here.
You're looking at championship.
I have Lions quarterback here, Steelers quarterback down here. The best combo wins in the QFL. My rules is the quarterback fucking league, and that's the way I see it because that's the way I see them winning. Let's go to the Sunday night football game where my Baltimore Ravens will host the New England Patriots, who are 11-3, but are coming off a loss against the Buffalo Bills. Now, we are favored by 3 somehow, some way, and I don't like it because, yes, it's disrespectful to the Patriots, who are the better team with the better quarterback at the moment. And we have been playing like a little too up and down for us to be any kind of favorite against an elite team. But what does this show you right here? What does it show you right here? This shows you the QFL, Denali. I'm not the only one that I didn't make the rules. It's just that it's the last 3 years I recently now figured it out exactly what the rules are. The rules are that the best quarterback head coach combo usually wins, and guess who that belongs to? Baltimore. Guess who woke up finally offensively last week? Baltimore. Guess who's finally got his legs back together, rushing at 15 miles an hour? Lamar fucking Jackson.
Yeah, it's another knock, bitch.
I expect Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens not just to win, but to punch the fucking Patriots out of the fucking league and into the wild card round because I think that the Buffalo Bills are going to end up stealing this division. Not to mention New England's 11-0 versus teams at 500 or below in this season, but none of those teams that they've beaten are the Baltimore Ravens. None of those teams were favored as the Super Bowl favorites preseason. Vegas and ESPN and Fox and all that. We had them number one. We had the number one roster. We had the number one quarterback as voted by the players coming in. We're a completely different breed than the 11 teams that they've beaten at 500 or below this season.
The best win on their resume is the Bills.
Not to mention
in Buffalo.
They don't have the experience that we have. I think our coach is going to have the perfect game plan for this.
That's where
I think our defense is going to give the Patriots more trouble than their defense is going to give us.
I think that's where you guys reign supreme is the experience.
Yes. And once again, if Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson, the MVP that he is, the Patriots have no chance. No absolute
we
chance.
We gotta remember the Patriots crumbled last game, so
Yes.
we don't know what we're gonna see. Like
that was a tough loss at home.
That's big, and
Let's
they're
see.
young.
Let's see, and I'm glad you mentioned that because we'll talk to that when we put these motherfuckers under pressure. But who do you got? I got the Baltimore Ravens covering. I won't put 2.5, but not 3. But
I got the Ravens.
Yes.
That's
All right,
right.
cool. Then we got the San Francisco 49ers at Monday Night Football at Indiana, where the Indiana Colts are on a 5-0 win streak against San Francisco, and they're 6-2 in the last 8 matchups. That is fucking pretty cool.
What the fuck?
I didn't even expect that because
Now
maybe
with
with
Phillip Rivers.
not with you know what I'm saying with Peyton. But Peyton's been gone a while. Looks like Andrew Luck used to own this team too. Then you have a 5.5 point spread because obviously Daniel Jones is not going to be playing, but Phil Rivers may be in better shape than he was last week. We don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I have to go with the QFL rules. The Niners should be spanking this ass. This should not even be a game. Now, I expect Indiana to actually kind of cook San Francisco defense.
I expect them to be able to run the ball effectively.
I expect Purdy to cook and CMC to cook, but I expect that defense to get cooked.
I expect Indiana to run the ball effectively. I don't know about the pass game, but
Yeah.
I expect the run game to be shit. Give him 40 touches, guys. Give him every touch. They're near.
But
Like,
I've got to go with the Niners. I think this is going to cover
I'm going with
2
the
field
Niners.
goals.
I'm
I
going
think
with
that's
the
going to
Niners.
go.
Purdy's playing better lately, and he's getting his pieces back little by little. And on top of that, he seems to be getting his chemistry back with his guys. So that's big,
Yeah.
especially going into the playoffs. You want to fine tune that. That's how you do it against a team that doesn't have a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
Sorry, Phillip Rivers.
Fuck Phillip Rivers. This is the headlines for Week 8 notes that you missed, Denali. East is the Knicks to lose. Fuck the Detroit Pistons. It is our conference to lose. OKC might have a serious weakness. It looks like they're back to being a one-man army. It looks like it's SGA and everybody else. Because I don't know what happened to Williams and all the other guys, but they're just not stepping up like they were last year. Okay? That's just something to know. Then you got the Lakers missing something. They're missing defense. They don't have enough size and they don't have enough defense to make it far in the playoffs. This is a one-and-done team. This is the LA Chargers of the QFL. Then, or the N3A. Then you got the Heat in ice cold slump. I don't know what's going on with the Heat, but that's okay. They're never going to be the team to win 50 or 60 games, obviously, unless they have LeBron James. They're the team that's going to win 42 to 48, and they're going to, you know what I'm saying, shock whoever is the second or third seed, maybe even the first seed. Then you got the Celtics can get Tatum back before the playoffs. It is very possible that he's back come playoff time. Get ready, because the Celtics look like they're making the playoff without Tatum already. The Raptors are pretenders still. Nobody respects the Raptors. In a 7-game series, we have to see it. So we have to wait till the cell games, which is all the way in April.
We just beat them today without Jalen Brown.
So fuck the Toronto Raptors. The Nuggets have the best 1-2 combo. Nobody can compare with fucking Murray and Jokic as a pair. I don't care if you're Luka and LeBron. I don't care if you're Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. No two combos are better until Jason Tatum gets back. The Rockets are pretenders now. They can't shoot. Other than Kevin Durant, they cannot create their own shots like that, so they're limited.
Too hot, too cold.
And the Spurs look like a threat. The Spurs can shoot. The Spurs can defend. The Spurs got looks like a very good coach, and they've got a franchise player who's on minutes restrictions.
Fatality.
I'm done with that one.
He can only play 20 minutes, but goddamn it, he give you the best 20 minutes any center could give you. But do you disagree with any of these hot takes?
You already know he does.
The Ravens are the preseason champs. Yes, they were. The Knicks are the Mickey Mouse. Yes, we are. But hey, like we said, we already know that. As noticeable, we didn't raise a banner. There's no need. We don't take it serious. It's just something the NBA forces us to do. All right, so let's get to the players under pressure, shall we? Let's get to you. So we are rated M for millennials, as everybody should know by now. Millennials love Dragon Ball Z, as you see by the decorations behind us. Goku and Krillin smoking a J. In Dragon Ball Z, whenever the shit got going, whenever the Frieza alien or Cell, the android comes and, you know what I'm saying, puts Earth on notice and threatens to kill everybody and destroy the universe, these guys go to a special room to train, to get better and stronger, to get ready for the final fight.
To kick their
There are
ass.
2 rooms. One room is the hyperbolic time chamber. It's a special room where you can spend a whole year's worth of training in 24 hours. He owns the key to that room, so let's get it.
Give me a hell yeah.
In there I have Mike Evans and Godwin. It's easy, simple. Just catch the ball. Baker Mayfield, go get the win. Y'all already know what to do. Just get back into form. ETN, he's in there. Reason being, simple. Get him the ball. You get him the ball. Every time that you guys give him 20 or more touches, you guys win the game with him. Look at that. Jahmyr Gibbs, the reason why I have you in there, simple. They need to run the ball. They need to use you as a weapon. Every time. Every time. I don't care if it's on a screen. I don't care if it's just you running I formation. It doesn't matter. Just get him the ball. Then I got Jonathan Taylor. Simple. Don't give the ball to Phillip Rivers at all. Give it to Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor could be the quarterback. I really believe that at this point. Then I have Brian Thomas in there. Brian Thomas, I have you in there because you haven't done shit all season. I want you to get back into rookie form. It's crazy to say that. I need you to get back into rookie form because this year has been abysmal for you. Then I have James Cook in there. Get him the ball. Cleveland's defense has been really kind of suspect the last three games, giving up. I believe they've run the ball 100+ yards for 3 straight games. So just keep giving him the ball, and the Bills should take care of business.
That's a good list, but I think you're missing a few. Number one, yeah, Cook is going to be under pressure, but I think you got to put some receivers to the Bills in there, or the entire unit, because they got to step up, especially in this game. Cleveland's not going to let Cook him. Cleveland's not going to let the running game cook him.
But that's what I'm saying. That's been their Achilles heel in the last 3 games.
So,
Cleveland.
Yeah, but they're not going to let this guy cook. They're not going to let this guy cook.
I don't think they're going to stop it, bro.
I think so. Unless they've given up and they're tanking. Then if that's so, then don't worry about it. But if they line up to stop this guy, Josh Allen needs help. And not just for today, but for future purposes. You guys have been pretty quiet for the majority of the
Well,
season.
they need him. They need him to go. Because if he doesn't go, then they don't go. They go when James Cook goes. When James Cook don't go,
No, that's not true.
they
That's
really not
That's
that
not true at all. I've seen James Cook go and they don't go. Way too many times.
well.
There's
well,
nothing he could do to make them.
well,
be
their
better.
defense ain't. The defense don't help that. So if you want me to put the Milano,
Yes.
you want to put him on the? I got you. Next week I put defensive player. Hell yeah. Next week it's a defensive version of players under pressure. I agree with my
I like
man.
how you have Tampa
I gotta
Bay
do that.
in there, but you have to put McMillan in there and all the weapons that Carolina employs. I also think you should
Okay.
put
The,
McConkey in there.
the,
and
the
Keenan
problem
Allen.
with that is that I just haven't seen it.
I know, but they need to. If they
The only person that
I
I see is what is it? Tatori? What's his name?
yeah, but at least put him in there because they need it for the division.
Okay.
This is an important game. No, I'm just you did good. I'm just saying this is what I would have.
No,
on there. And I
I
also need to put in there McConkey and Keenan Allen. They started off hot and they fizzled out. They're very inconsistent. Your boy needs help because if Hampton and company don't, eat, Justin Herpes ain't definitely
But
going
is
to do
it
the job for it.
is it their fault or is it the quarterback?
But they got to do something. And the last one is two of them. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm putting you under pressure because I need you as a Ravens fan and as a fantasy football season as well. And then I also need Zay Flowers to come through. I don't need those drops. I don't need you to cause an interception for Lamar Jackson because you don't
That's a
want to
good
catch
one.
the fucking football.
I like that one.
None of that from any of the Ravens, okay? So let's get to the players under pressure. These are the non-QBs. Let's get to the QB room. The other room is my keys. It's the gravity room. In Dragon Ball Z is a special room where you can multiply Earth's gravity times however much you can handle. And then when you come out stronger, faster to take on whoever threat for Earth and the universe. So here to low gravity 20 times. In there you're going to find Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, and Shador Sanders. Now, normally I don't put rookies in the pressure chamber because that's not fair to them, but I'm not the one putting pressure on them. It's the world. So Baker Mayfield, I also give him special instructions every time I put him there to succeed this weekend. Your job is to bake it. Bake whatever goods you got and give it to your weapons. You got 2 running backs, you got 2 receivers, and a tight end. Not to mention a rookie that's phenomenal. So just use your weapons, take what the defense gives you, and bake it. For Bryce Young, you need to manage it. Whatever you've been doing the last few weeks is not working. Go back to being a game manager. Run that fucking football and use your weapons accordingly. And then Shador's, you need to prime it. You need to do what your dad did and go prime time on that ass. Everybody's counting against you. Everybody's going against you. Your football life. If you want to be Josh Johnson that just came back for the Washington Redskins, been around for a century, playing nine different teams in 15 years, and he's only taken 12 snaps in the last 5, okay? You don't want to be that, so make sure you take care of these last few games. So that's that. Let's get to the 50 times gravity. Here you have Brock Purdy, Justin Herpes, and Dak Prescott. I also put them under pressure. Brock Purdy is to get right. No more turnovers. You need to get yourself in a groove before the playoffs begin. Now, sadly, you missed a lot of weeks. It's not your fault, but you have to get it going because you've come back a little up and down, and they don't need that. Then you have Justin Herpes. You need to get into the Hall of Fame is what your coach had a dream of before the season began, so it was time to do it. Bro.
Fatality.
Because it ain't looking like you're going to be a legend anywhere. Then you have Dak Prescott. You just got to get to Cabo. It's too late, bro. It's too late. Get to Cabo. Not Cowboys. Get to Cabo, Mexico, because you're on vacation. Your season's over. Then we have 100 times gravity with a little bit more elite players in there. You got Bo Nix, you got Trevor Terrell Lawrence, and then you got Jared Goff. Their instructions are actually pretty simple. Bo Nix, stay at home. Win the rest of your games, and all roads to the AFC Super Bowl goes through Denver. Stay at home. For you, you're not going to have the same advantage that he does, but right now you do have a home game because you have the division. Stay at home. If you keep that home game, you're likely to advance to the next round. So stay at home there. And Goff, stay inside. You play indoors, stay inside for now because if you are outside looking in, it comes playoff picture. So for you to stay inside, you have to win this game. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Ravens fan, hoping you beat my team. And then we have the 400 times gravity room where you have the Super Saiyans and a very, very good young quarterback. In there, you're going to find Josh Allen, Drake May, and Lamar Jackson. For Drake May, it's very, very simple. Forget what happened in Buffalo. Like he mentioned earlier, that is a very, very tough loss to overcome, and it's fresh on your minds right now. And you're playing not just Josh Allen, the reigning MVP. You're playing the two-time MVP that was the MVP before him at home. And you already lost to Josh Allen just a week ago at home. So you need to get amnesia and forget what happened in Buffalo because you got bigger fish to fry now. For Josh Allen, it's not that simple, but you just got to steal the East. Any chance for you to make the Super Bowl has to go through Buffalo in some way, form, or fashion. I don't see you going on the road and winning without Mahomes and Joe Burrow outside the playoffs. I think your job is to steal the division. The Patriots have their chance. We're gonna make sure they add a loss to your to the record, and you guys make sure you add a win. And then Lamar Jackson, I just ask for one thing and one thing only: start fast. I'm sick and tired of like 3 and outs and weak ass fucking first halves, and then we come out strong in the second half. I need us to play a complete game. Let's go against an elite opponent. It's time, bro. Start fast because I know we're gonna win this game. So let's get to that. So those are the players under pressure for Week 16, motherfucker.
Speaking of Drake May, if the key word is don't press.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you lose games like that, you feel like you got to start pressing and start getting out of your game. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's the key word is don't press.
So let's recap everybody to the power rankings for those who didn't watch the Thursday night edition. These are the Mortal Kombat inspired tower rankings is what I call it. The reason why is because we're rated M for millennials, as everybody should know by now. I've put it before, rated M for millennials. And millennials know that back then when we played video games, there was no way to save progress. Every time we played a video game, you had to start from the very beginning every fucking time. And one of the best games was Mortal Kombat. You picked a fighter, you worked your way up the ladder and save Earth and all that good shit. So this is a Mortal Kombat inspired tower ranking. At 10, I got Jacksonville Jaguars just because they are the home team in the AFC South. They look like they have a very good defense. Trevor Lawrence looks like he's cooking ever since he's got Jacoby Meyer trade. And it looks like they're on a roll, but I don't trust them as far as the other quarterbacks above them, so I give them at 10. Then we got San Francisco at 9 with Brock Purdy struggling. I do trust Brock Purdy more than Goff and a few others because he's actually been to the Super Bowl. I just don't trust him right now because he's playing a little too up and down. They do have a weak defense, which is another reason why I haven't settled at 9 right now because the Lions are a worse defense but a way better offense than the Brock Purdy-led San Francisco 49ers. Right. And this is why I put them there. But their defense is atrocious, so I have to trust C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans, who are on a roll above them. Then you got the Hollywood Rams, who just lost a tough game against Seattle, but that's a tough team to beat. I'm going to leave them there because Stafford and McVay know how to win, and they've already got a ring, so they've got to be considered a threat. They're still elite. New England's moved down. They've lost to the Buffalo Bills. Until further notice, I'm going to have to keep them tempered because, yes, they're 11-3, but they're 11-0 against team of 500 or below thus far this season. So let's see if the Ravens can change that. Then you have the Seahawks. And mind you, for those who don't know, you could look up at the beginning of the season. I said that the Buffalo Bills had the easiest schedule out of all the elite teams, which was the Chiefs, preseason, the Ravens, and all these guys. And the reason why is because that entire division had an easy schedule, and that includes the New England Patriots. So that's another reason why I have to keep the Patriots tempered there. Then you got the Seahawks. I trust their defense and their makeup more than what I trust the Patriots. I don't trust Sam Darnold more than I trust Drake May, but I don't know enough about Drake May is why I have to put him there. Then I put Bo Nix in the Denver Broncos because I trust Bo Nix not really more than Sam Darnold. I don't even know why I said that. I don't want to lie. But I trust the defense better than Seattle's defense.
He said, I trust, not really.
Not really. Nobody trusts Bo Nix over Sam Darnold. Nobody trusts Sam Darnold over Bo Nix.
Goddamn white boy.
Then you got Josh Allen, the reigning MVP, and the team to beat to me in the AFC is the Buffalo Bills. They've proven it time and time again when, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to win the number 1 seed. They don't have to, but they're going to have a home game. I think they're going to steal the division, and I think Josh Allen should be
on this list.
The number 1 quarterback coming into the AFC. I think it's enough said unless Lamar has something to say the last 3 weeks. And then you got the number 1 team in the league to me is still the Philadelphia Eagles and the reigning champions. They're still an elite defense and elite offense sometimes. You guys don't decide to electrocute your fucking offensive coordinator yet. I don't know why we haven't led it to a defensive coordinator yet. But it's because our defensive coordinator seems to have fixed the problem. Let's see if your offensive coordinator seems to have fixed the problem. They have the reigning Super Bowl MVP. They have Saquon Barkley. They have a good defense. They have a good secondary. They have a good pass rush. This team is complete. This team doesn't have many weaknesses except for the fact that their field goal kicker misses some few kicks here and there, but he doesn't miss the clutch ones. And until further notice, this is still the team to beat. I know that the road to the AFC, to the NFC is not going through Philly, but they don't have to. They've already proven that they're champions, and the fact that they're right there repeating, and it's the NFC East champions for the first time in 21 years, back to back. You got to give product. You got to give props where props is due. Not to mention they've also beaten a lot of these teams that are underneath, even though they're struggling on offense. Enough said.
Fatality.
Denali, here's the N3A's power rankings. At 10, I got the Minnesota T-Wolves. The reason I got the T-Wolves at number 10 is because I don't trust them because this is a two-man army with nothing else. It's just, maybe a 2.5-man army. It's Julius and Ant-Man and then McDaniels, but nothing more. Rudy Gobert he's a liability. He's just someone's got to be there, I guess, and it just has to be that Frenchman Rudy Gobert.
That crazy ass shit.
Then you got the Orlando Magic. They're the most elite defense to me in the East. It's just that they don't have a solid go-to scorer. Sometimes they do, most times they don't. And until they can get somebody like that, if Paolo Banchero don't step up to superstar status, I don't think you could lift the Magic higher than this. The Houston Rockets do have that superstar scorer, but they can't shoot worth a shit. So they're basically where the Magic are. Except one can shoot, they don't have a superstar. The other one can't shoot and has a superstar. So that's where I'm gonna keep Houston and Orlando there. Though I respect their defense and their makeup and their coaching. I have the Celtics above them because the Celtics can't shoot, they can't score, and they can defend. And Jaylen Brown's on an MVP level. Not to mention they have one of the best coaches in the league, and they're reigning champion just a year ago. You got to put the Spurs above them right now because they do have their superstars. They do have their superstar, and they do have their weapons at full health right now. Well coached and playing at an above level than we expected. I knew they were going to be good, but not this good just yet. I got the Lakers above them because they're way more experienced, though they have a weak-ass defense, so I have to keep them tempered at number 5. Detroit is number 4 because my Knicks have beaten them in a 7-game series, so I have to see if they're better this year. And the only time we could tell is in the Eastern Conference playoffs. But until then, I have to shuffle the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I have Denver as the number 1 threat for the Oklahoma City Thunder, which is why they're underneath Oklahoma. And I got Oklahoma normally at number 1, but they pissed me off this last week because they were soft. They purposely lost to the San Antonio Spurs because they didn't care about that goddamn trophy, and they didn't want to smoke with my New York Knicks because they know that Jalen Brunson had it coming for fucking SGA and the free throw merchant that he punk ass is, and they have no defense for Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby and the boys, and they know that would have caught a beat down from New York, but no, they wanted to be soft. So I put them at number 2 just for a week to punish them because my Knicks are the only team that could call themselves any kind of champion this season, and just for that, we're not going to raise a banner, but I will put them at the tower rankings. Just because Oklahoma pussy the fucking Spurs. And no, there's no way that they lost to the Spurs.
They lost to Minnesota yesterday as well.
They lost to Minnesota for real. They didn't lose to the Spurs for real. I don't believe that. No. They lost on purpose because they didn't want smoke and they didn't want that stupid ass fucking trophy down.
Denali ain't even watching this. He's trying to think that his team's gonna come back and win against the Clippers. It's like you lost against the Clippers.
Please stop. You should be. That's pathetic.
Y'all lost the Clippers.
Fuck the fucking Lakers. All right, y'all. We're gonna call it a night before we start lagging. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Please feel free to subscribe, leave a like and comment. Give us your takes. Give us your players under pressure. Give us your prediction. Who do you disagree or agree with on the power rankings? And tell me your favorite bets for this weekend. Give us any fantasy football advice. Throw it in the comments. Spam the comment, and please share this with your friends. Whoever likes to talk sports, wants to just have a nice little post-game chat room kind of debates, this is the place to do it. This is the Pressure Podcast, which it means to perform, react, and do use of strategies in sports under rigorous environments, motherfucker. So if you have a
hell yeah!
we'll send you a web link. Put you on a little screen back there, hop on the mic and talk your shit. Till Monday, y'all. Money Monday. We'll see you then. Enjoy yourselves and safe bet and don't bet.